We got President Trump, boots on land, live, speaking to Hurricane Helen victims and maybe proving why he's already better than Joe Sleepy Biden. What up, TKG? I got another reaction slash breakdown video. We got a little bit of live reactions. Because Trump, as a president, is day by day live action playoff gameplay. It feel like every day is a new day to either build or destroy. You don't know which way he's going. But one thing you know for sure is he's a man of the people. Something happened in your town, Trump is coming around. Okay? That sounds really good. He's on the way to speak to us right now. And I'm like, oh, gotta make the intro before he get there. All right, we rolling. Trump is arriving. Trump is arriving to speak to the live people of Hurricane Helen, the victims. There we go. There we go. I ain't never seen Joe come boots on ground like this. Now, it ain't about the division, but all I'm saying is Buddy boots on ground. Buddy boots on ground in front of RV. People have slept in that RV the last night, the last 2 nights, maybe 3. He could touch it, reach out. Man of the people, isn't he? A man of the people. God, look at his hair. Over and over again. Come on now, big dog, get on mic. Get on mic, OG. We can't hear you, OG. Those are actual victims he's speaking to right now. I'll turn that volume down into that. Actually, yeah. He's speaking to actual victims right now, brother. This ain't no video call, no Uvu voice chat, no Skype, FaceTime. Trump is a man of his people. The devastation. Like he feel their pain. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a great honor to be here with these people today that have suffered so much. And to lose everything you have, and you just wonder what you're going to do and where you're going to go. And we just thank God, and I want to say thank God
Amen.
that He's given
Amen.
us the resources to be able to help. And a lot of people have helped. And not just Samaritan's Purse, but there's been many different organizations and volunteers that have just come to Western North Carolina and East Tennessee to help. I grew up, this is my backyard. I grew up about 8 miles or so from here. And went to high school right down the road, about a mile down the road. And so this is home to me. But we've got a family today. We've got the West family. This is their house. So we're here today to show the president just a little bit of the damage and the problems that the people of Western North Carolina are facing.
Boots
So,
on
Mr.
land.
President, thank you for what you have done for Western North Carolina. Thank you for coming again to see. Thank you, your son Don Jr., he came with us twice. And so they've taken a real interest. And this isn't a politician coming down here looking for votes. This is a man who wants to do something, who wants to see some changes, who wants to make life better for you. So thank you. And Melania, thank you so much for coming. It's an honor to have you here with us. So, Mr. President, please.
Thank you very much, Franklin. Thank you. All right, good man. He's done a great job, fantastic job. And we've come to North Carolina with a simple message for all the people of this region who are hit so hard by Hurricane Helene. And that message is very simple. You are not forgotten any longer. You were treated very badly by the previous administration. And I'm here after a few days of the administration. We're going to
Go.
California, Los Angeles. They got hit hard, as you know. A lot of that could have been prevented, I think, if they had water, which they had plenty of, but they didn't use it. But I'm going there, and it was set up to go there. And they said, well, what about North Carolina? They said, well, what would you? I said, I have to stop there first. I'm stopping in North Carolina. So we made the stop, and I feel very good. You're represented by some great people, great congressmen are with us, and we're going to get involved with them. And Michael Watley is here, who is the head of the Republican Party. He worked with Laura Trump to take us through to a tremendous victory, one of the, as the media says, one of the most consequential presidential elections ever. They say in 129 years, whatever that may mean. But whatever it is, it was a great election we had, and we won your state. All 3 times we won your state. And all 3 primaries we won your state. So we won it 6 times, I guess, Mr. Congressman. And it's a great place. And I wanted to come here. And before I went anywhere, frankly, in the campaign, I promised that I'd come back to Western North Carolina to help the people of the state. And today, here I am to deliver on that promise. And we have a lot of things in mind. And we're getting the Army Corps of Engineers all set. You need your riverbanks fixed. You need a lot of roads fixed. And we're going to get it done in rapid time. And
On that.
I've asked Susie Wiles and all of my people to start calling up, get the Corps ready, and they're going to get ready to go. I don't know what it is. I don't know what took so long for the other administration. But remember, I wasn't here for the first 4 months or 3 months, whatever it may be. See, we can only start as of essentially 1 or 2 days ago, and we've made a lot of progress over the last couple of days, Michael. I understand we're going to get you the resources you need and the support that you deserve, and we'll be at your side through every step of the rebuilding, and no American is going to be left behind. The people that I just met are so great, and the people that own that house is going to be very beautiful in a little while. And who knows, if Franklin decides, maybe he'll rip it down and build him a new one, because sometimes you can do that just as easily. But we're going to take care of the people. I want to thank our great First Lady for coming today. She really wanted to be here. She said, no, I want to go. And, she sees what happened, and she felt very badly, and she wanted to go. And we're then going out together to Los Angeles. But she wanted to be in North Carolina. She saw what happened. She has a feeling like I do for North Carolina. So thanks as well to a great gentleman, Franklin Graham, and his father, Billy Graham. I used to go with my father to Yankee Stadium and places to watch his father preach. And he was some preacher. You got good stock. You come from the ultimate genes, I can tell you. but he was really something. And Franklin, though, has done so much, and his father's looking down on him right now. I guarantee for a long time he's been looking down on Franklin, saying, "I'm very proud of you, son." He really is, because what Franklin's done with Samaritan's Purse is incredible. They told me just yesterday that Samaritan's Purse has been great, but the FEMA people sort of left you high and dry, but we're going to change that around. We're not happy with FEMA.
We're not
As
happy
well
with
as
FEMA.
all of the representatives. You have great representatives here. Chuck Edwards, who's here someplace. Where's Chuck? Where's Chuck? Chuck. Tim Moore. Tim, thank you, Tim. Great job, too. Both of you guys. Virginia Fox, a power.
A power.
She's a power, that one. Don't ever have her as your enemy. It's not good. It's not healthy. Pat Harrigan. Good job, Pat. Addison McDowell. These guys were just here, just put in, and they're doing a fantastic job. Addison, thank you very much. Great. Mark Harris. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
The way he give
Brad
credit to
Knott.
everyone, name by name.
Thank you, Brad. Greg Murphy, fantastic
Huge.
guy, my friend for a long time now, right? And the RNC chairman, Michael Watley, who really, as I said, brought us to a great victory with Laura, the chairman of the party, the whole Republican. I took Michael Watley from North Carolina because he did the best job and put him in charge of everything, and the job they did together was incredible. Last September, Hurricane Helene became one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern American history. Rainfall rose to far more than 30 inches, which is lethal, unleashing unprecedented devastation throughout western North Carolina and many other states, as you know, but you got hit the hardest. The highest responsibility and deepest obligation of the American government is to protect its people, and that's never truer than in times of emergency like this. Unfortunately, our government failed you, but it wasn't the Trump government. It was a government run by Biden.
Biden.
What a terrible situation. But our government failed the people of North Carolina in this horrible crisis. For 2 months, Asheville lacked running water, and even today, some North Carolinians can't take a hot water shower. They can't drink water. They don't know where to get it. It's delivered to them by some, or they just go out and somehow find some. It's been 4 months since the storm made landfill, and still 180 roads remain closed and in ruins. Earlier this month, the Biden administration kicked 2,000 displaced North Carolinians out of their temporary housing into freezing 20-degree weather. I don't know how they did that one, because it was cold, even while your government provided shelter and housing for illegal aliens from all over the world. But under the Trump administration, the days of betrayal and neglect are over.
Over.
They are over.
Wow.
As I said in my inaugural address, we restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of the American government. And I think I said most of it in the inaugural address. We said a lot of things, but one of the groups of people I was thinking about is you in North Carolina. A lot of that was in reference to you and what you've had to suffer. I'm pleased to announce that under our leadership, the federal government will be surging housing solutions to the state that go beyond mere temporary hotel stays that ended up being very short term. The government wouldn't do it any longer, which is ridiculous. We'll marshal all available resources and bring back potable water and make your water and infrastructure dramatically more reliable very quickly. Today, I'll also be signing an executive order slashing all red tape and bureaucratic barriers and permits to ensure the rapid reconstruction of the roads here in western North Carolina. We're going to go through a permitting process that's called no permitting, just get it done. That's the way they built them many years ago, I guarantee you that, right?
No permitting.
We will get them back very quickly, and we'll begin the work of fundamentally changing, terminating, or overhauling FEMA. FEMA's been a disaster, no matter where they are. We're honored to be joined today very quickly by several families affected by the vicious storm. I'd like to ask each of them to share their story. Chris and Kim West, you could come forward. Ramona Nix, Jackie Mitchell, and Thomas Gary Bright. And finally, the Wright family. And come on up and maybe say a few words, please. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hi.
Come on in here.
He's letting the people speak. I've never seen this done before.
Whenever
doing
it
them-
started, we started moving our vehicles to the top of the road, and by the time we got the vehicles moved, the water had already hit our ankles in the house. And so I grabbed my purse and my little pug dog, and my husband grabbed the dog food and put it in a trash bag. And by the time we got out into the driveway, it was already waist deep, and there was sticks and that kind of thing. I didn't think I was going to make it, but we did make it out, and we made it to the top of the road, and we were kind of stuck there for hours because we couldn't get out any of the ways because it was flooded all the way around. It took us hours, and we sat there, and finally it receded enough to where we could actually get out. It was probably like close to midnight, and it started like 5-6 o'clock in the morning. We just lost everything that we had. Didn't even have a brush for like 3 days.
Go on over.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Would you like to say something with that beautiful baby? Say hey.
Yeah, so when the hurricane storms hit North Carolina, hit our home, my daughter and my wife and I were actually out of town. But unfortunately, my dad was still at home, and my mother was staying at our house with our animals. And the waters got so high that it actually lifted between that and the tornado that came through, or microburst is what they've been calling them, and lifted his home and the house that I grew up in, and crashed it into our barn. It took away his business. It took away all of our tools and tractors and everything needed to keep the farm going. And my mother was trapped in the house, and there was no way to escape because the water got so high. The only thing she could do was ride it out and wait till the waters came down. So we've been doing a little bit of battling with our insurance and FEMA. We did have proper insurance with flood insurance and homeowners insurance, but since we had proper insurance, FEMA's not been able to assist us with a whole lot of things. And again, we've been having some issues with trying to get some payout for our insurance in a timely manner. We had to do mold mitigation on our home, which is extremely expensive, before the structural engineer even came out in order to get our flood payout. And to me, that was not really acceptable.
Has the insurance company been responsive or not really?
Not so much. You know,
Are they
again,
gonna give you the money they have to give you?
I'm hoping so. And we need some assistance with that. We reached out to an attorney,
What's the name of the insurance company?
North Carolina Farm Bureau.
We gotta move them, right?
Yep,
That's terrible.
that's what we're after here.
Are a lot
So
of people having that problem too? With the insurance companies, general, different insurance companies, and they're all difficult, or just the one particular one?
I've heard different stories from others, and
Have
a
you
lot
heard
of folks
some
are.
were responsive?
Um,
Some were good?
and I've heard some good instances of even Farm Bureau themselves. But in my case, you know, they'd send out a third-party adjuster immediately. Well, they wound up firing that third-party adjuster group. He gave us a quote for a much higher estimate than what we
And
received,
he got fired?
and then he got let go. Yeah, he got fired. So then they brought in another third-party adjuster to come in and lowball us. We've not received any kind of
Trump
flood
is
insurance is our
talking to the
primary
people
insurance.
live.
So there was roof leaks in the home that the inspectors found, the adjusters. Well, that contributed to us losing some of our personal property as it come in the third story where there's no, or second story living space, where the flood water, well above the flood waters. So they've neglected us for,
Was your mother saved?
yes, she's saved.
So
Yep,
she wrote it out?
she's right here.
Good, okay. You
So
made
we,
it.
we made it.
That was not exciting, right?
That's right.
How scared were you?
Very.
Did you think you were gonna make it?
No.
You didn't think so?
Nope. I just started praying.
So you were sort of on a boat. Your house became a boat.
It's a big pontoon.
That's some story.
It was a
Would you
beach
like to
house
say
on
something?
the steps.
But this guy would like to say something. I can tell.
I was next door to the house, and my son was out of town, so when he came in to Charlotte to my sister's, he called about 2 in the morning because at midnight the water was still in the stream, within the banks. So when he called, the water was coming up, so I started moving vehicles up to about 5:30 in the morning, and she was in the house, and I pulled up to the steps and I said, hop on the fender and I'll get you out. Well, he built a beach house on stilts, 5 times higher than the floodplain. And she said, well, he said I'd be okay. So I'm staying with the dogs. So I went to higher ground with some vehicles, hers included, and the water covered everything. But I'd already seen it come around both sides of my place, so I got my blind and deaf dog and a bag of valuables and took up off the side of the hill behind my house, and then was heading to the cemetery back there because I knew it was open, because there was trees falling and uprooting. It was raining. It was,
You never saw anything like that.
no, I've been through floods
There's never been anything.
all my life around there. Never nothing.
Never been anything like
Mm-mm.
that. But you're okay, right?
Yep. House destroyed.
Shaked his hand.
Appreciate
Donald
it.
Trump is doing things that we've never seen Joe Biden do. I'm not trying to compare. But brother, it's
Our
different now.
day that morning began a little taller with some trees falling into our house, which our house is goes back 4 generations, 80 years, and never came close to flooding. And we woke up with trees about 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and our house sits 3/10 of a mile back off the road. And the water, we've had flooding and such in the lake, but nothing like we saw. And like most everybody else, we moved 5 vehicles this far up, and lawnmowers and everything else, and the water started coming in the house. And when it got up to about ankle high, we have a loft. I got her up in that and tried to gather what you might want, which was totally random. And when it made it to the loft and started getting up to about her hips, I built a little makeshift ladder and we got out on our roof, and we spent 4 hours on the roof. I had a little baggie. I did notes on my cell phone to my 2 kids and my 2 grandkids, and something to identify me in case we were lost in it.
Did you think you were going to make it?
No, we're
Oh, you didn't?
yeah, we didn't think we were going to make it at all. I mean, our house was 25 feet underwater.
So you
And
didn't think you were going to live?
no, we were watching houses, trailers, bodies coming by us. And we lived
Bodies.
the Azalea Road area. Of,
Joe Biden.
in East
Joe
Ashland.
Biden hasn't done this. He hasn't
Okay.
came down and talked to
yeah,
them.
we watched our garage float by.
You just looked up.
He was
But
watching
you know,
bodies will go
we
by.
got to a point where it crested about 4 feet up on the roof. We took about 3 or 4 hours for it so we could kind of do everything in reverse, and got out in the mud to higher ground. And I got out higher ground up to a subway and got over to her daughter's house, where when she saw that I didn't have her, she lost it. And I was like, she's okay, she's alive. And we tried to make our way back in there and gather things best we could, but found a body right away. There was about 8 bodies in our area that first 2 weeks located, and we were lucky we weren't one of them, and blessed. But like other people, no insurance on flood insurance, so we had to depend on FEMA. They did what they could do, and of course it's not enough.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I know it's crazy.
Yes, that's crazy. But again, we're thankful to be alive, but it's a long haul.
What are you doing now?
Staying in a camper. I've never been, if y'all notice, I'm a big guy. I don't sleep in campers very very well. And the first night we spent in the camper, very grateful with the Asheville Dream Center coming through with one. And
Do you still have the land?
oh yeah, it's family land. Yeah, the land, it looks like a beach now. It's sand, but
Yeah.
Can it be built on?
yes,
Do you intend to do that?
yes.
You want to build again?
Yeah, Samaritan's Purse. We're working with them. We're working with people. It's 80 years, 4 generations.
But the house is totally gone.
No, the house is there.
they
It's down to
gutted
yeah.
it
They
to
came
just
in and mudded it,
rafters.
but everything in it was completely destroyed. But yeah, it's tough. I think we're at a point in Asheville where people's forgot about Asheville, and it's stagnant. Everything is stopped. You know. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
8 people they found unalived in the first 2 weeks. This is needed. Humble people just sitting around, dude. We just thinking that our lives are so bad. I'm like, I gotta go to work. Their lives have stopped. Neighbors floating by unalived. And Joe Biden did nothing. He ignored, as they say. I'm not sure. Head to my research. But Trump put his boots on the ground, let them speak, shakes their hands, and promised them signing executive bills. We're gonna save you. Trump is saving North Carolina single-handedly.
Here.
Hit the like button, comment below. Go to the Times and Sunday, the Times and Sunday Times for the full live stream. Subscribe. We're to 100,000 subscribers. Till the next one, I'm out. Peace.